49er fans, what just happened? Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? What a game. Welcome in Seth Floyd Show. I'm your host, Seth Floyd Hansen. Obviously, I'm fired up. The game ended 5 minutes ago, and I'm hitting record, and oh my goodness. I've got a lot to say about this game. I'll try to be quick, but my goodness, a dogfight, and somehow found a way to win. 2 missed field goals. Jake Moody, doink. Jake Moody blocked field goal. The block's not his fault, but still, can't convert on fourth downs. Kittle goes out in the second quarter, Juwan Jennings out in the third quarter, and somehow these guys just find a way. That's what I'm freaking talking about, man. This is a game last year that not only you lose, but given Kittle, Jennings, people being out, Moody missing field goals, that feels like a game that we would have ended up losing 27-10. But no. Brock Purdy, through adversity, a couple terrible throws. I hate that he's a $53 million man and he made a couple of those throws, but I can forgive him because he went down the field and took care of business. Now, was that the scariest game-winning touchdown pass I've ever seen in my life? Yes. But thank you for making the catch, Jake Tonjes. I appreciate you. It was Tonjes, right? It wasn't Farrell, it was Tonjes. I was literally running around in my house. I'm not even sure who made the catch. It was one of them. I think it was Tonjes. But ice in his veins. And not only that, but the throw to Ricky, are you kidding me? Is that the prettiest ball Brock has ever thrown in his career? It might be. That was an incredible thing. Of course, this fly is going to ruin my video right now. I'm going to knock him out. One of the prettiest throws I've ever seen. And then in the last drive, I'm going to be honest. At halftime, I was texting him in this big text thread with my dad and my brother and my best friend. And I texted him at halftime. I was like, this just feels like a game we're going to lose. It just felt like it. After Kittle was out, instead of being up 10-7, we're down 10-7 at half. And then after the JSN long completion on the double move on that last drive, I was like, golly, we're about to lose this game. But no, Nick freaking Bosa. Does that go down as a sack? Because he forced the fumble. I don't know if it goes down as a sack, knocking that guy into him, but oh, my adrenaline, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me. If you're not subscribed yet, please hit subscribe. Do me a huge favor, but man, I'm fired up. So what are my initial takeaways? This was one of the weirdest games we've ever seen. Also, for all you people out there, Niners down going into the fourth quarter. We know Kyle Shanahan's won one game and now make it 2, okay? He got it done. Down 10-7 going into the fourth. Initial thoughts. First, Seattle's way better than I thought they were going to be. Their offensive line and their defensive line, much better than I thought they would be. Their coach, McDonald, is no joke. There's a reason that defense was humming at the end of the year last year, and they're no joke. And they should be a playoff team. I hope we're a playoff team. Nothing the Niners did today made me feel like we're going to be a playoff team, if I'm going to be honest. But I predicted 11-6. I think we're going to look at the end of the year, and that Seattle game at the end of the year might really mean something. But I think when the regular season is done, we're going to look and be like, yeah, Seattle was the best team we played, the second best team, probably the third best team. I don't know. I haven't seen much from Tampa and Houston yet. I was watching the Niners game. But you get my point. You're going to look back and you'll be like, oh, they're good. And the people that have picked Seattle to win the division, don't look so dumb now. Now, they're lacking on offense a little bit, and maybe that was the play calling. They didn't open it up as much, but Sam throws a pretty ball. He protects the football. They were real conservative. He was at 99 yards going into, or 90 yards, whatever, going into that final drive. They were real conservative. And I'll be honest, as good as their offensive line looked, especially early in the game, we held them and we outrushed them, which was real surprising because in the first half, we looked like we were getting blown off the ball. But that's my takeaway. Seattle's going to be good. I think they're going to be good. I think they're a playoff team. I think they're going to be fighting for the division at the end of the year. And for all we know, look at how good this game was. If the Niners can tighten up some screws and get a new kicker, then maybe that last game will be for the NFC West. It's possible. I don't know. But I think Seattle's going to be is a lot better than I thought they were going to be. So do what you will with that. The Niners, their issues still, It looks like it's still offense and defensive line. Now, I mentioned the defensive line played way better. After the first quarter, like, they were getting stops. And maybe a lot of that was Fred Warner. A lot of that was D. Winters, who looked great. There's my kid trying to get out to me. But we need more push from that defensive line. I don't know how you get it other than you need CJ West, you need Alfred Collins, you need Mykel Williams, who I don't think I heard one of their names today. Maybe I did, let me know if I'm wrong, but it just felt like all the plays that were made were Fred Warner coming downhill, D. Winters coming downhill, Nick Bosa made a few plays, obviously. So I don't know. I don't know what you do to get that interior going, but those are still the questions. The offensive line, man, like Purdy was under duress all day. All freaking day. Now the run game got going a little bit. Also, thank you, the universe, if you believe in a higher power, like thank you for keeping Christian McCaffrey healthy and letting him play. And holy crap, was he a game changer today just from, he was our offense. After Jennings and Kittle went out, it was him and it was Pearsall a little bit, but man. The run game got going a little better, and a lot of that is wearing them down. So good on the offensive line, like wearing them down late in the second half. But Seattle came out swinging. Now my hope is Seattle is like a top 5 defense. Like we might go 5 weeks from now and we look like the 2023 offense, and we just didn't know it because Seattle all of a sudden is just like a top 5 defense. And maybe you'll feel really good about it, and maybe you'll be like, oh, our offensive line is pretty good, but we just ran into a really tough defensive line. That's probably not the case, but I do think that defensive line is probably one of the better defensive lines you're going to face. And Mike Macdonald's one of the best defensive minds in the game. We saw everything he did with the Ravens, and now after another couple drafts, or another draft class, he's got some personnel to make things happen. Their issues are on the offense side of the ball, but my hope is that like we feel this way after week 1. And slowly through the season, we'll be like, okay, it's not as bad as we thought. We don't have an amazing offensive line, but it's not as bad because we're playing that monster defensive line for Seattle. So they've got to get those things fixed. Upton Stout got beat a few times, made a couple good plays, but he got beat a couple times. I haven't heard any of the injury reports. I need George Kittle and I need Jauan Jennings to get something going. I need them to be okay, not get something going. George looked great. But man, it sucked he went out early with that hamstring tweak. I'm like so fired up, guys. So fired up. This was a game, like we know we have a really easy schedule. The division, none of these division games are going to be real easy, but everything outside of the division is like super winnable. If you ask me, Tampa and Houston, but even Tampa didn't look great today. Houston's losing to the Rams right now. Maybe they took the lead. I don't know. There was like 2 minutes left in that game, but you get my point. Like this was a game that you felt like last year you lose for sure. And this is the kind of game, my wife's car just turned on. My kid probably has the keys. This is a game that you feel like, oh my gosh, when you look back at the end of the year and we make it into the playoffs, you're going to look back at this game and be like, yep, that was why. That was one of the games. Brock looked good. I know he was trying to make plays. I mean, the 2 picks weren't great. Both of them were kind of bad. I wish he would just eat those. He doesn't want to take a sack, especially when he knows no Kittle, no Jennings, like really thin at the playmaking positions. So I get he's trying to make plays. I just don't want him to do that. I'd rather him just take a sack and not turn it over. But guys, ice in his veins. Ice in his veins. And I know he got way lucky on that last touchdown throw. Like, I get it. And that's what's going to be talked about. But I've seen Josh Allen get lucky. I've seen Patrick Mahomes get real lucky. And we give them the benefit of the doubt. Brock is not going to get the benefit of the doubt with that throw. He won't. He should, but he won't. And that's fine because the play to set that up, the deep bomb, dropping it in the bucket to Pearsall, like that is what we were waiting for. We were waiting for a Brock Purdy moment like that. I mean, I know we've kind of got it. We got in the playoffs 2 years ago in 2023. He had a couple scramble moments against Detroit in that championship game, but like we needed that fourth quarter comeback, and oh my gosh, that was a big time throw. I'm fired up. I'm so fired up. We get New Orleans next week. You got to feel good about going into New Orleans. I mean, New Orleans is a tough place to play, but I'll talk about that later this week. But man, am I fired up. What else have I missed? Robert Saleh, the Robert Saleh effect. This was my point too. Like, It was a big deal. We lost guys on defense. We let guys go. But we were bad defense. We weren't very good last year. So it didn't kill us. And also, I think the 49ers knew, and Kyle knew, and John Lynch knew, like, look, schematically, we were just so bad. We were so bad under Nick Sorensen, too passive, and we didn't have the defensive line to play that passive. And Robert Saleh comes in, and look at the effect. It wasn't perfect because you're playing some rookies, but look at the effect. You held them to 13 points. They didn't have 10 points until, they didn't have 13 points till late in the game. Like, an absolute masterclass by Robert Saleh, starting rookies and guys that are not considered like above average players. Just fantastic. And they should only get better. It's going to be good. I don't know what's going to happen. 11-6 is still my prediction. I'm fired up about the defense. The offense, man, hopefully Kittle doesn't miss time. Hopefully Jennings doesn't miss time. They got to get something going outside of Christian and Ricky if those two guys are out. But we can feel good, 49er fans. Is there anything I'm missing? I'm just I'm blabbermouthing right now. I'm like word vomit. It was just incredible, guys. I'm just so fired up. We get to feel good about this. Last thing, cut Jake Moody. Send him to Uzbekistan. Send him wherever you've got to make sure he never kicks for the 49ers again. I will personally drive him to the airport. I live in Texas. I will make my way to Santa Clara. I'll meet him in Seattle and drive him to the airport myself. Okay? Bring in Greg Joseph. At this point, just cut Moody. I just signed Greg Joseph, cut Moody, and just ride with Joseph. He can't be any worse. He can't be any worse. The blocked kick was not his fault, but he missed too many in preseason, and now he missed the first one from 27 yards. Get him out of my life. I don't ever want to hear that name again. Get him out of here, okay? He's probably a nice guy. He's probably have landed a job doing something else. Go kick in the CFL or just be an insurance salesman. You seem like a nice guy. You have a degree from Michigan. You probably do all right and live like the rest of us. But I can't kick, and neither can you. So let's get off the team. I don't belong on an NFL team, and neither do you. Those are my official. I hope he has a great life. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. I just don't want him kicking for the Niners anymore. So anyway, that's all I got for you. Live it up, 49er fans. Party. Enjoy Sunday Night Football. And then we'll talk about the Saints coming this week. But 1-0, baby. 1-0. Let's go. Let's go, Niners.